Joining me now is Thomas Kenniff, Daniel Penny's attorney. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
You concerned about the civil lawsuit?
I wouldn't say we're concerned. It's another road we have to go down. Apparently, I think it's unfortunate. I think that it's unfortunate that anybody would try to profiteer from this tragedy, or that Mr. Neely's strange father or anyone else would try to profit from his death. But we were, just as we robustly defended the criminal case against probably the largest and most well-resourced district attorney's office in the country over 18 months, where it was certainly ready, willing, and able to defend a civil suit in civil court if that's what's necessary.
Speaking of resources, I mean, how does he have the money? Is this based on people donating money for his defense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I can't, and we can't thank I think we're over 100,000 donors from across the country, and we can't thank them enough because, as good a job as I think myself and Mr. Razor and our legal team did, the best lawyers in the world can only do so much without resources.
Yeah.
So if you look at the experts we were able to hire in this case, and the cost involved in that, a security detail to help get us in and out of court because of the threats we were facing and so forth. Simple things like a hotel by the courthouse where the team could stay during trial days. All that would not be possible if we didn't get the support we got.
So let me ask you, does he admit now in retrospect that he made a mistake by holding on as long as he did?
No, absolutely not. I mean, the evidence was overwhelming at trial that Mr. Penny, first of all, did not use lethal force. This was not a lethal maneuver. That really wasn't disputed. The way it's taught in the Marine Corps, it's a non-lethal chokehold. It's meant to restrain. The medical evidence was overwhelming, I think, based on the jury verdict, that his actions are not what caused Mr. Neely's death. Mr. Neely.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that was the reason, as opposed to the fact that they may just have felt he was justified, and you can't blame him, right?
Well, no, I mean, it's true. You don't know exactly how the jury got to not guilty, but I could tell you that our experts, were very convinced of that all along.
Right.
And I certainly don't think that the jury verdict should disabuse anybody from that, right?
I had a debate last night with Shavonna Newsom, who's one of the people you were mentioning who were the protesters outside.
I didn't know her name, but
yeah. So she's one of the Black Lives Matter folks. She and I had a debate about this case last night. Let me play you a little bit. This is number 9.
What is the labeling and the stereotypes? Daniel Penny, when he lied during interrogations, which no one is showing.
But answer my question. When was the race? When did he bring race into this?
Him a crackhead, and he said he was doing crackhead things. The problem is Daniel Penny showed no remorse for nothing he did, and that dishonors the real service people of this country, the real Marines who don't lie, who care for others, and who do no harm.
What's your response to that?
Well, I mean, the jury saw his interrogation video. They found that we don't know exactly how they got to this verdict, but suffice it to say that if they thought he lied during the course of his interrogation video, we probably wouldn't be here today talking about an acquittal. The term crackhead is a colloquialism that I would bet probably you and I and every one of your viewers has used at different times. He also said that my impression was this guy was high on K2. He said that within 2 hours of this incident. What happens when the forensic examiner finally gets around to getting the toxicology results a month and a half later? Jordan Neely is under acute intoxication from K2, which likely played a very large part in his death. So, I mean,
Let me play you. This is the attorney for the family, Dante Mills. He was on NewsNation last night, and he was asked the question I think a lot of people ask, which is, wait a sec, you're suing, yet where were you in terms of helping the family? Not the lawyer, but where was the family in terms of helping him if he was mentally ill and you needed assistance, et cetera? And here's the response from Dante Mills last night.
He had demons, a lot of them. And who's to say every homeless person is not loved? That's not true. You don't get a mental illness sometimes from not being loved. Of course, Jordan had family that really loved him. He had a lot of family that welcomed him into their home, but he had so many demons, he didn't want to be there. That doesn't mean that they should be killed, and the person who did it should not be held responsible.
What's your response?
No one should be killed, right? I mean, Jordan Neely's death was tragic, but we can't say that, look, because someone suffers from mental illness, that excuses everything they did.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.